should be ashamed, said the Prime Minister, as he gave his reaction to the racist online abuse faced by young black players as soon as the final penalty was taken at last night's match. While since then, data compiled for the Professional Footballers Association and shared exclusively with this programme shows just under 2,000 tweets specifically targeting the players were flagged as potentially abusive, with 167 considered high-risk abuse. Here's Kamian Zeram.
A hug that spoke for a whole nation. Bukayo Saka, just 19, a young man who symbolised everything this young, modern team had come to represent. Yet on social media, within seconds, came a torrent of vile, racist abuse. Today, Gareth Southgate told the haters where to go.
Everybody has to remember when they support the team that they also represent England and should represent what we stand for.
Just 24 hours ago, England was united around its young and diverse football team. Most of the country still is. But what happened after the final whistle was a stark reminder for many black and brown Britons that they're still just one penalty kick away from receiving or witnessing awful and deeply upsetting racist abuse.
All the good start that they did, everything that they done, this racist thing has spoiled everything.
This has been the norm, isn't it? It's been going on for years.
But despite the togetherness that
but you always get the little idiots. Sorry, you always get the one or two people that want to just make it bad for them, blaming them.
It will be 10 people, won't it? And it's with social media that can get blown up now. Likewise with the, little violent incidents you've seen, it's such a small minority that are doing that, but it's going to stand out.
A small minority it may be, but who should be held accountable when ordinary members of the public publish messages like this? We won't repeat this tweet in full because it's just too unpleasant. Neither can we name the owner of the account, as his employer Savills say he claims the account was taken over by a third party. But they've referred the entire matter to the police and suspended him pending investigation. Twitter says in the past 24 hours, they've removed over 1,000 abusive tweets and permanently removed a number of accounts. But tonight, Channel 4 News can exclusively reveal alarming, up-to-the-minute research from the ethical data company Signify, which has been studying abuse of black players on Twitter for a project backed by the Professional Footballers Association. Preliminary analysis of nearly 1 million tweets during the Euros reveals nearly 2,000 specifically targeting black England players which were potentially abusive. 167 were considered high risk. And while a number of the tweets were deleted, the accounts they came from weren't closed down.
We can see that there are not enough posts coming down, number one, but beyond that, the accounts aren't coming down. That's a much bigger problem for us because you're not getting to the source of the problem.
To make matters worse, it was all predicted, say Kick It Out, football's anti-racism campaign.
We as an organisation, a small charity, know exactly when black players are going to be abused, and it's on the back of situations like this. If we know it, social media organisations know it, and they need to do more to filter and protect the messaging that goes to these players.
From social media companies to politicians, where is the leadership shown by Gareth Southgate and his team? Labour accusing the government of emboldening the racists by failing to support taking the knee. During the tournament saying this:
I just don't support, people participating in, that type of gesture politics.
But today, offering the players their support.
Everyone in the House will absolutely join in both celebrating our incredible football team and the resilience of all our players, but fundamentally calling out the appalling acts and the actions that we saw last night. And it is absolutely appalling that we've seen this terrible racist abuse.
What have the Euros taught England about itself? A letter from Manchester. Just as Southgate put his arms round a crying Saka, a mural of Marcus Rashford that had been defaced overnight, redecorated this afternoon with love and the flag of St George.